Hi Pranav, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
So my name is Ankur Agarwal and I am associated with EduShastra since last almost 10 years and mentoring the student for national as well as the international exams. So yes, Jitendra sir.
Hi Pranav, I am Jitender and
Hello, sir.
hello, and I am a teacher by profession and I have been associated with EduShastra for last 10 years. Sachin sir.
Hi Pranav.
Hello,
Hi,
sir. Hello, sir.
I'm Sachin, and I'm associated with EduShastra for more than 2.5 years.
Good evening.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
So Pranav, tell us something which is not there in your resume.
So one thing like that I would like to tell you that's not in my resume is that I missed an opportunity to enter one of my dream shipping company due to mere luck. Like
Okay.
it's the second largest shipping management company in the world, Anglo Eastern, and the semester that company came, I had a backlog, and when I sent the mark, when I saw the mark sheet, there was a little miscalculation, and I sent it for reevaluation, and the result came just the day the company visited. And there is a rule in our college that any candidate with a backlog cannot sit. So that's how I missed the opportunity.
Okay. So Pranav, this means you believe in a luck?
Yes, I do, but I also believe in hard work.
Okay. Right.
Like 70% hard work and 30% luck.
Okay. Done. So Pranav, what do you do in your spare time?
Sir, I mostly spend my spare time in watching YouTube videos and reading articles on the internet. Yes, sir. And I also like watching football. I follow Cristiano Ronaldo very closely.
So Ronaldo or Messi?
Sir, for me, Ronaldo, sir.
Okay, why?
Anytime. Sir, mainly because Messi is a natural, sir. He has a natural talent of dribbling and everything. I think Cristiano Ronaldo is a trained athlete, and it resonates with me, sir, because I require a little bit extra effort to do anything.
Okay.
Yes. So,
and you say that you watch a YouTube. So who are the say famous YouTubers?
Sir, I watch a YouTuber called Think School, and he uploads case studies of different companies and marketing strategies. Yeah. So I follow him.
Okay.
Yes, sir. And apart from that, I also follow gaming and animation in the industry. Yeah.
Okay. So just tell us what are the characteristics do you possess so that you will be a successful manager?
So the most important characteristic, I think, and this is also the thing I learned in Merchant Navy, is having the emotional stability while working. So because emotional stability helps in decision making, and I would like to give you an example. So my boss, my senior most boss in the ship was a chief engineer, and every time even a small situation like a troubleshooting situation or something like that, he panicked a lot. So what happened that it reduced the morale of all the team members. And after he left the ship, another chief engineer came and he approached every problem with a cool mind. So and also uplifted our spirits. Yes, you can do this. So that uplifted the morale of the team. So I think having that emotional stability while working is the major characteristic that a manager should have.
Okay. So Pranav, you're talking about the emotional stability. So I suppose when you were there on the ship, So the time duration may be something like a 6 months or maybe something like a 1 year or so.
No, sir, I worked in ship for 4 months, about 4 months.
Okay, so
Yeah.
maximum 4 months.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in that time, did you have like something for your family or some your close relatives, the emotions
Some
and
a
everything?
major thing happens. Like
Mm-hmm.
that is why I actually decided to leave the ship early.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, my grandfather and
Mm-hmm.
grandmother, because that was the time when Corona was at its peak,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and my grandfather died due to Corona, and just a week later, my
Mm-hmm.
grandmother passed away. So,
Okay.
and I was at the ship, and
Mm-hmm.
my ship mostly covered the China coastline,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a rule then, and I don't know it's still applicable till now,
Mm-hmm.
that any seafarer cannot
Mm-hmm.
like uh, drop off from the ship and go back to his home country. So,
Mm-hmm.
like signing off is not possible in China. Was not
Mm-hmm.
possible in China that time.
Mm-hmm.
So I was stuck there, and I had very limited internet because the internet policy in my ship was $10 for 100 MB. It's a
Okay.
very expensive thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I was not able to communicate with my
Mm-hmm.
family members well,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I felt alone that time.
Okay. So, see, these your two last statement are little bit contradicting. Like you said, the manager should be emotionally strong, and this is saying like this your whole incidents was like purely based on emotions, right? So now after these two incidences, what do you think? You are coming up as a say strong candidate, or like still you feel as say something like pinch in your mind for emotions?
No, sir. I think I tackled that situation pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
And in ship, you cannot take a leave. Like I'm not coming for 1 week.
Okay.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
I'm grieving and all. So
Mm-hmm.
you have. I took a leave for about half a day,
Mm-hmm.
and again I had to work throughout the ship and
Mm-hmm.
throughout the my rest of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And while working, it's my job is of marine engineer, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a fairly dangerous job. Like you lose
Mm-hmm.
concentration on anything, and something happens,
Mm-hmm.
something safety issues. So you have to keep that thing in mind and leave all the emotions and concentrate on the work
Okay.
firstly.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, Jitendra, sir, please.
Yeah, Pranav. So I want to ask that why should any MBA college take you as a student? Why?
So I think I belong to a very niche category, like merchant navy, marine engineer, and I have learned quite a lot of things from there. Like one thing that's a major thing in merchant navy is the teamwork. So I learned how to be a part of team, and though I was in a small position, but I learned how to be a team leader from my boss, and I learned how to work under pressure, how to work under pressure for long hours. And there were even times when we had to work without sleep. And I think these things, and also talking about the emotional stability that I gained through my experience, these things make me an ideal candidate for doing an MBA.
Yeah, Pranav. So you have learned from one place and you are taking that and going to another place. Why not that same virtues you are applying on the same field of marine engineering?
Sir, as I told you that
The
uh,
emotional, yeah,
misfortunate thing that happened in my ship,
yeah,
and due to that,
that.
yes,
Okay,
sir.
fine. So, Pranav, who is your role model?
Sir, my role model would be Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam.
Okay. Why?
Sir, because he loves what he does. I would like to state an incident that happened in his career. He wanted to join Air Force, and there were 9 candidates in the interview of that Air Force, and out of the 9 candidates, 8 were selected, and only he was left, and he was heartbroken, but he did not like just give up. So he took the next opportunity, was like working in this space industry, and he met Vikram Sarabhai, and everything happened from there. So I learned this thing, and I learned the sincerity that he uh, brought to the job.
Okay. So do you have some experiences in in the ship you want to share?
Yeah. Yes, sir. I can share a thing. Like, it was a very panicky situation. Me along with my immediate boss were working on a steam line. So actually, while working on the steam line, the pressure rose and the steam valve broke off, and the whole engine room was flooded with steam, and all the uh, fire alarms and everything went up, and everyone rushed uh, to the engine room, and there was a situation of panic, and everyone was suggesting do this, do that, and my immediate boss was suggesting put some cardboard over the line to stop the leak. So what I and my fourth engineer was he was working directly under the steam line, and steam just hit his face. So he rushed to the wash his face, and I rushed to the engine control room. And what I did was took the printout of the pipeline diagrams and identified the valve which would stop the leak from the line, and again showed it to my chief engineer, and he and I went to that valve and closed that valve, and that basically stopped the leakage. And after everything cooled down, my chief engineer praised me for having that presence of mind in that situation.
Okay, okay. That's good, Pranav. That's good. So over to Sachin, sir.
Hi, Pranav.
Hello, sir.
Pranav, it was really impressive interview when Ankur sir and Jitender was they were talking to you. You have mentioned one ability about yourself in your resume, and it is that you work efficiently in emergency situation, right? I'm
Yes,
sure
sir.
this must be related to your marine experience.
Yeah,
But
yes.
I would like to something which happened during your engineering days, and this where this ability worked.
So during my engineering days, like
Any emergency happened, and this ability worked.
sir, not that kind of emergency where, but an emergency situation happened when we were building a project. We were constructing a ship for our project, and what happened was, when the demonstration was done, our remote control was not working.
Okay.
So that was the problem, and the problem was basically that very childish kind of problem that we forgot to put the battery in the control. So and
okay. Good. You can call it as emergency situation, but again, my question is related to some difficult emergency situation in your engineering days when you felt very difficult to handle those situations for you.
sir, I'm very bad at drawing, and one of my subjects in my engineering days was engineering drawing. So I got very less marks in all my drawings, and the last thing I needed to pass a test, otherwise I would fail at the subject. So I think at the test, it was kind of like an emergency situation that I had to do that, and I had to pass, otherwise I would fail at the subject, and I had to reappear for that subject again. And I just passed the subject by 1 mark only, and that too by, I think, God's grace. So
great. You read a book. It is based on astrophysics, right?
yes, sir. I'm a great fan of Stephen Hawkins.
All right, great. So, what was the last one? Which last book which you read, and it was based on astrophysics?
So the last book I read was of Stephen Hawkins itself, and it was titled The Grand Design, and it was launched in, I think, 2010, but I recently read it in like
Okay.
one.
So, Pranav, whenever you read a book, you read just to, gain knowledge, just to, get something from the book, or you just read the book because you are getting time to read it, right?
Sir, I read the books that I'm interested in. Like I have an interest in astrophysics and everything, not like that mathematical interest, but like knowing the theories and everything like that.
Okay. Any learning of yours from the last book which learned, you read the book and you got some output about yourself?
I think, sir, perspective is the thing I learned from that book. And there was a thought experiment conducted by Stephen Hawking, like how a goldfish would see the world. So what goldfish sees when it's kept in a jar, because due to the refraction, it sees all the world like curved. So I think that everybody has a different kind of perspective, and understanding different kinds of perspective leads us to make better decisions.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Yeah. Do you think that, some positive perspective is required to be a good leader, or it is required just to be a good manager?
I think a little positive perspective is required, but at the same time, we should be realistic also.
Okay. Pranav, you did your engineering, you did your, graduation in marine engineering, right? And
Yes,
if you talk about this program, this course, so it is not like, an ordinary program which one can easily do, right? There are limited seats in our country, and people who join it, they generally prefer to, go in the same vertical, correct?
yes,
You
of course.
you also work there, on a ship, right?
Yes,
For almost 4 months or 5 months?
4 months.
4 months.
Yeah.
Now, once again, you changed your, thought process and you decided to go for management, right?
Yes, sir.
So here, little contradiction in your thought process and what you were calling about your emotional intelligence. Whether you are taking this decision, by doing some analysis, or it is just your thought process that you decided to go for management and you are here.
So, sir, I have analyzed few things, and I have also retrospected myself in making that decision. Actually, sir, I became interested in this field because I was reading an article in the internet about it was actually an experiment conducted by a scientist. And in that experiment, the scientists scanned the brains of the volunteers using fMRI, and the experiment, while scanning the brains, the volunteers were given two kinds of drink, Pepsi and Coca-Cola. So the experiment consisted of three phases. In the first phase, the labels were on the drink, and people knew what drink they were drinking. So when the volunteers drank Coke, a certain area of the brain showed some activity. In the second phase, the labels were taken off, and nobody knew what kind of drink they were drinking. And in that case, no brain activity was shown. Third, and the most interesting phase, was when the labels were swapped. So in that case too, the bottle that contained Coke label, and when people drank it, again activity was shown in the brain. So the conclusion of the experiment was that only thing differentiating both the drinks was the red color label of Coca-Cola. And I was fascinated by this thing, that how a company can market that product so well that it connects to the emotions of the people, and to such an extent that only thing differentiating that their product was that red color label. And after that, sir, then I did further watched further videos about different kinds of products, and what I came to know that almost every product choices we make in our everyday lives is a direct result of how well that product has been marketed to us. And I found out that the people who were making these decisions and inventing these techniques of marketing were mostly MBAs. And so that ignited my interest in doing MBA.
Perfect. Great. Last question I would like to ask you about, your qualities. Which quality you think, the best quality of yourself, you think
Yes, sir.
can make you a better leader or great leader?
I think having a calm mind under pressure and not being very reactive to any situation, I think that's my major quality, sir. And I come from Ranchi, and Ranchi is known for MS Dhoni. MS Dhoni is known for having a cool mind.
Cool mind, yes.
Yes. So
Great, Pranav. Pranav, good, thank you. Now I would like to, over this interview to Ankur sir. Ankur sir, over to you, please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. And okay, Pranav, okay, just relax now.
okay.
So, okay. So, how will you rate this interview, right? How are you feeling after this?
I'm feeling good, sir. I think you gave me ample chance to express myself and made me comfortable. So, very good interview, sir.
So, Pranav, this is not a part of the interview, but just like say you were talking to Sachin sir that there were an experiment and the volunteers were given a Pepsi and Coke, right? One is with a say blue color and other is with a red color, right?
Yes,
And
sir.
you are a science graduate, and I suppose that you must have seen that KFC,
Yes, sir.
MACD, right?
Yes, sir.
And even like Pizza Hut. So all these are also having a red shade, red color in the advertisement and in the interiors,
Yes,
right?
sir.
So with your understanding, is there any particular region they are selecting a red color?
I don't think so, sir, because many successful brands like Pepsi has a blue color and it's fairly successful. And like Pepsi sells more beverages in India than Coke.
Yeah.
So I don't think so, sir. There is a
Or
relation.
something like related to physics, because see red color is having a say highest frequency and this is used for signaling and everything. Something
Sir, I
related to
think,
physics.
sir, the product color is related to like what event it is going on. Like, sir, I would give an example of Nike shoes. So, sir, in 2012 London Olympics, Nike gave its athlete shoes, and it were very luminescent and yellow and
Yes.
green. So what that did was it was in pure contrast to the color of the track athletes were on. So it showed its presence very well. So
Okay.
I think maybe in lines of that.
Okay, that. Right. So, Pranav, everything is good, and you have a say good understanding of your work profile, which you have done for the say 4 months. You have a good understanding of the concepts, right, for your engineering part, and even like talking about your personality, your qualities, emotional intelligence, right? Everything is fine. Everything is good.
Yes,
Just
sir.
one suggestion that say maybe the interview will be online. You cannot be like called as a face-to-face candidate for the interview process.
Yes, sir.
So the background is good for you, right? You have taken this background, right?
Yes, sir.
And just one thing that please focus when you're talking to the camera. Right. So
Yeah.
sometimes when, like as Sachin sir were discussing your one quality as a leader, right, and Jitender sir just discussing was, okay, what are the say emergency situation and all those. So you were like little deviated from the camera, looking some sides, right? So this showed that you are trying to collect some data, or maybe you are catching up and combining the informations. Right. So the way you are looking now, just straight away focused to the camera. So this will be the right posture for you for appearing in the interview. Right. But your
Yes.
tone, your voice modulation, depending on the different situations, right? Everything is fine. Everything is done. And again, because of say belonging to Rachi, you are giving all the answers with a cool mind.
Yes. Thank
Right. So maybe you will be the next MS Dhoni from Ranchi.
you. So,
Right. So yes. So best of luck, Pranav. And
thank you so
right.
much.
And just once again revise the say some basic part. And just I will suggest that please write your keywords or key points, right, for your emotional intelligence, for your emergency situations handling, right. So just write a keyword so that you will be good in combining and compiling of your data and statements.
Yes, sir. I'll do that.
Yes,
Yes.
right. So
Thank you.
thank you, Pranav, thank you,
Thank you,
and
sir.
best wishes from EduShastra. Right, thank you. Take care.
Thank you all of
Thank,
us.
thank
Thank
you,
you.
thank you. Take care. Take care.